Boom, boom, boom. What's up, Pumptown and friends? Hopefully the audio's right. Testing. We're kind of clipping. Give me a 5x5. Is the audio good? There's nobody here. Where's everybody? How have you not rushed on in yet? There should be 6 million people here at least. What's up? Thank you, Rapid. Thank you, Alex. Bitcoin trade is ripping. Oh, I bought these poor bastard stop losses. It was funny. Everybody was like, yeah, 100K. And I'm like, yo, yeah, but just wait. Wait for the dip. Wait for the dip. You know, it's just basic trend stuff, okay? It's really not that complicated. But your brain complicates it. That's a healthy trend. That is a very healthy trend. Now, if you're trying to identify trend and you think the markets are random, you're going to have a really tough time figuring out where price is going. When you think the markets are random, you just totally abolish any trust you'll ever have in any setup. It's a psyop. The knowledge that you learn from the mainstream just gaslights your whole experience, to and through, right to the end. But if it was really that random, then why is it so freaking perfect? If it's random, then, you know, retail's got it real rough. Because on one hand, they're like, oh, it's the synchronistic behavior of humans that is making the charts move up and down so perfect. But yet, they'll tell themselves the markets are random. So which one is it? You can't have it both ways. So when you're identifying trend, you've got what we call protected lows. And those protected lows in the trend are the ones that take liquidity. Those are your protected lows. And they're protected until they're not, and that's your trend shift. That's where you start to shift trend, is when you break the protected lows. And it could be a short-term shift in structure, just for a discount dip, and then make our cup and handle and freak back out onto the upside. Oh, don't even look at the NQ. It's disgusting right now. Just had a big fat dab, excuse me. See that bugger right there? 90% of the time when this happens, when London gets pretty dang near the 1/3 ADR, negative, positive, whatever, typically New York is an absolute jerk face. So you can have that for free. Put that thing on your chart and see if you've hit it. And if you've hit it or got close to, leave New York alone. Unless you're very nimble and you know exactly what you're looking for. You know, when you're looking for price runs intraday, you're expecting it to want to freak out and do this and not come back. Right? That's your expectation of the market. But if you have a different expectation of the market, you can then react accordingly. Right? There's a lot of precision in what would look like a mess to someone who was new at this. It might look messy, but it's very controlled in how it does it. So it's not like you can't find setups. It's just that we want to get the nice price runs that rip and don't come back, right? That didn't happen today. But anyway, back to trend. If price is bullish and it's going to trend, it's typically going to move in this fashion. When I start to recognize that price is in a buy program, I'm looking for nice dips. Now, why would I be looking for a dip? Well, because I want to get the protected low. Those guys that tell you not to catch falling daggers, those guys suck at trading. And unfortunately, the person who I first learned from said that, and I trusted him and I respected him, so I live and died by it. And now that's all I do is catch daggers, and I'm good at it. That's my whole gig. It dips into stop losses, I buy there. So whoever said don't catch falling daggers, I don't know how that went viral. I don't know why people live by that, other than the reason I just told you. You know, you learn from somebody, you respect what they say, so you're like, yeah, the person I learned from told me not to do that, so I'm never going to do that. I did that for the longest time, and boy was I missing out. Yes, you can catch falling daggers with a good degree of consistency and strike rate. Look at the trend. Why are you panicking in your trades when it comes against you? Because you think it's random. You think it's going to come against you and eat you. Just the most beautiful dip here. Bam. And I mean, that was my bottom call, and I got turtle souped, and I missed that entire run up pretty much. So, oops. But there's the stop hunt there. That was the bottom. There's the SR flip. There's your bull flag that I tell you that's going to be after the stop hunt. Trend continues. 786 discount here. Trades up here. Shifts structure short term here. Another 786 discount here. Rips. Another 786 discount here. Look at the violence that comes out of that stop hunt. So every time that trend comes down to a 786 retracement, you've got a protected low in your trend. This is why I just look for those retracements. When it's perfect, you've got such a good trade, you don't even know. This here, annoying to get in sync with. Absolutely. Because I'm looking for a dip, and it's just not happening. So, I just started taking some money printers on internal range liquidity here. So, such as something like this. So price, it comes down, discount here. Okay, shift structure, 786 here. Inverted head and shoulder, whatever. Shift structure here, discount. So you've got a whole discount here. Okay. Stop hunt, bull flag, and then that's your next piece of the trend. So after it trades up in here and it makes this big giant bull flag here, where did it go before it left? It hit the 786 in the trend, took structure. There's your discount. Look at low, low. What is that? That's your double bottom. So that's your stop hunt. There's your bull flag. Bam. That's a day trade. Then you've got this, this right here. New piece of the trend. Comes back down for a discount. Wiggles around for a while, really annoying. But does it wiggle in a sort of way that you can't get in sync? No. Discount. Rises up. Another piece of the trend here. Rises up. Discount. Alright? And you just rinse and repeat this puppy until it starts ripping through your 786. Bam! So every single time you're pulling your 786s, you're pulling from the new piece of the trend. You're not going like this, okay, I'm going to wait now. I pulled from here, it ripped, now I'm going to wait for this. Nope. You pull from your local low, especially when price is really bullish. And this is how you can get in sync with trend. This is how you can measure order flow in real time without anything on your chart to be distracting you and telling you what to do. This is how I do it. This is how I was able to buy that low today and get in sync with the trend without a significant dip down into these pools here, because I've seen these equal lows. Stop losses. Everybody who's longing, this is where their stop losses are. So if you're in a long, you have to close your trade with a sell, right? Because you just bought the market. So if your stop loss is here, you've got liquidity down here. So on Bookmap, these aren't buy orders, these are sell orders from people longing this, this flag here, we'll say. So that little flag here, right? People will be longing the breakout. Yay, they'll move their stops up. Where? Where does the books tell you to put your stops? Right there. So price comes and attacks relative equal lows for the Judas swing for the day. We're all waiting for 100K. And it came in, grabbed those stops there. You pay. So everybody was chasing short here. You have to buy your short to close it. Do you understand? If you're in a sell short, and if you don't know what shorting is, it can be very confusing. But you're selling short the market, meaning you're going to buy back at a lower price, pocket the difference. That's it, okay? So if you're selling short the market, you have to buy your position back to cover. So if your stop loss here, okay, for a short, it's a buy stop. So it's buy side liquidity. So all we're doing is buying off these dummies and selling to these dummies because it's the market. You can't buy if nobody's selling. You can't sell if nobody's buying. So who the heck are you going to buy off of? Well, you can buy off these guys down here that are willingly got their positions open. You can see them from space. They're like, yo, come and take my position. Boom. They're selling at a loss and you can buy them. You can buy that. Because it's the market, okay? These guys here are buying at a loss, and you can sell them that. You can sell them their loss, and then you can capitalize on this whole thing. And look, go look at your trend. It does this. This is all price does. It goes in, sweeps double bottoms here. There's a double bottom there. 786 from here to here. Double bottom sweep. Wham. There it is. Bam, bam. Double bottom, liquidity sweep, 618. SR flip, keeps going. Leaves equal lows down here. Bam, bam. It's perfect if you're just a little bit smarter than price action. Just like a quintillionth bit smarter. Price is actually really stupid. They were lazy. They were lazy in their program. But yeah, the pay the trader today was here. So now that we've railroaded all these guys chasing short this double top. Boom. We would expect a pullback after liquidity has been swept. So obviously we'd be doing this. We've dug in real deep into there. So I don't use order blocks and stuff like that in crypto. I just, they're not high probability. You got to allow for a lot of coloring outside the lines. You got to understand which PD arrays, you know, this puppy likes, and it's usually like fair value gaps way the hell back here. Like, watch this. You know what I mean? Like, it's freaking annoying. What we normally key off of in the NASDAQ just doesn't really work in crypto. It just doesn't. I wish it did. I wish it was perfect. Now, the open, low, high, close phenomenon still remains the same in every asset class, but this one's got a little bit different of a wiggle. It's still running out liquidity, but as far as PD arrays it uses, it's annoying. Okay, I don't care enough to backtest it and go through it, but if you do see a model, and I was able to call the bottom here this morning in the Discord and buy it, okay, I'm still in that position. If you do see the model and it's on schedule and it's perfect, I mean, look at the equal lows, right? Look at buying pressure. Nope, bam, bam, double stomp. And then this little beauty here. Well, this here, but this really told the story here. That's shift in structure, fair value gap, discount, inversion, fair value gap. There's your setup, and then she's just launching. Like, boom, right to target. So, you know, it does repeat. I personally would just suggest just pulling fibs in Bitcoin. That's all you need to do. If you're trying to identify the trend, just like I just showed you, there it is. Bam. You know what I mean? You do not need to know everything about everything in smart money concepts to make money on Bitcoin or NASDAQ for that matter. It's like anything, you just gotta have some control. So I'm gonna hold for 100K or bust. So my entry's like way the hell down here. Yeah, let's talk about the NASDAQ arena. This thing is just an absolute mess today. Wouldn't never. I seen this puppy coming a mile away. I was just like, oh, okay, today we're gonna take Friday off. So let's hop into the 1 minute. So here's midnight, and we got a draw on liquidity for our London run. Shift structure here. That's a dirty, dirty dig. So when I woke up, it was around here. When I woke up and seen the money printer turtle soup version, I was like, okay, that was my ticket. That price was going to be an absolute prick. When I see the money printer or ICT's optimal trade entry style, well, there's some specific rules that makes it an optimal trade entry regarding time, but when I see that style of setup, and I see this here, the turtle soup version of it, because we would want a 786 bounce there. And this is for your notes. If you see, because we would typically be long here, and it came all the way here, bam. I call this the turtle soup version. It happens a lot in Bitcoin, not so much in NASDAQ, but when I do see this present, that's the ticket to know that price is going to be absolute rude. Now, when you see it perfect in the 1 minute, wasn't there either, and that was rude too. Here, like this guy here. When you see it perfect, you can anticipate really nice price action. See how it's just perfect? Makes the swing low, hits the order block, and just takes right off. That's how you know you can get a nice smooth run. Order flow will engage and everything will be sweet. It just was not present here at all. Right here. So, and Prickenstein it was. But let's take a look at, well, there's the double top here. And I mean, didn't really hit the double bottom, did it? It swept that low, but not that one. That happens so often. But let's say it's the end of the week and we were just looking for a short. So what would have happened if price come up here for the Judas at 9:30 a.m., slammed down and shifted structure, and there's your entry. There's your partial. I mean, if you would have held this, I mean, it never came back to your entry yet, but that would have been annoying. You know, if you were front running that exit a little bit, it wouldn't have caught either. But yeah, so if you were just simply following the rules this morning for my one setup for life, the money printer, you would have been paid. Now, as we come down here, you could claim that this was a stop hunt. I wouldn't argue with it. So again, let's follow the rules and see if you were looking for a long today, what would have happened. So it comes down, stop hunts, shifts structure aggressively, comes down for the 786, and what do you know? You're in profits. Doesn't even matter if you were long or short today right now, you are in profits as long as you're following the rules. Ain't that something? I just don't. I want to, like I said, I want to not trade all the time, and I'm doing really good. And also, I want to stick with the 15-minute. I literally don't want to do anything else. I'm probably going to stick with the 15-minute for the rest of the year. I'm probably going to ditch funded accounts. And I'm going to be on a massive mission for 2025. And Bitcoin is whipping again. Sweet. So yeah, 15-minute. Let's just follow the rules here and see what would have happened if we took a setup. So that is a draw on liquidity. That is a swing low. So that counts. And this here as well. So the first piece of the puzzle here slapped down like this. Now for me personally, if I was looking for a trade, I would have totally went in on this. There's a freaking indigo here. I called it an inverted volume imbalance before I ever had a proper name for it. Closed below the order block here, there are these up close candles, and then coupled with the mitigation block. Oh man, that is actually, I didn't even see that till right now. That's sexy. And slapped it right to targets. Holy shnikey. 272 ticks. I don't care what your stop was. That was a 3-1. Bam. Dang, didn't see that puppy. So that was a stop hunt as well. Now, you're going to have to decide for you what your gap risk is, you know. It's only 100 ticks. That's not bad. That is not bad. So, stop loss under the indigo, hit your trade, and, you know, because you've closed above a down closed candle after taking liquidity. It doesn't even matter if you were short or long today. You had it made. You had it made today in the garbage, just simply following the rules. I hope that annoyed you. If you struggled today because you were in not the 15-minute and you were impulsively gambling and chasing, I hope that annoyed you. And you can move on to next week being more strategic. Because I'm going to tell you right now, after backtesting October with the models that I play, I was annoyed. I annoyed myself because I didn't stick to a rules-based system. I was just like, oh yeah, that looks good. There's something, I'll hit it, take my profits, okay, I'm done for the day. That sucked. That freaking sucked so hard. And I'll say that publicly. It sucked. And then I went back into my thing and I'm like, yeah, I would hit that one, would hit that one. I would have definitely lost that one. You guys, not that I would have actually won them all, because just like with my Bitcoin trade from last month where I got stopped out and ripped in my face, you can see setups and you can see them and everything, right? But you can still screw them up. So I'm not saying I would have won every single one of those 11 trades, but I would have won a lot of them and I would be up a lot more than I was. So that's why I'm on this freaking mission where I want to practice the discipline of being more refined coming into 2025. And then come 2025, I'm going to a whole new level. That's where my mind's at right now. So let's study what's going on now. Pumpkins. Didn't quite get the touch of that guy, but you know, nice discount here. So far, just tapped into buy side now. Are we gonna launch now because it's just afternoon? Let's just hit this buy side liquidity pool, or are we gonna purge and revert? That's like the big question right now. Bitcoins, baby Bitcoins. Oh, that's cool. Sniper Meow, can you rub my Bitcoins, please? How many Bitcoins do you think Sam has? You think he's got like at least 10? Probably, hey? Or like 50? Yeah, Anson, rub my Bitcoins. So we do have this sneaky double bottom right here. So if we were to purge and revert, I would be aiming for this. If you personally, as an individual, were settled that price was going to be a butt nose for the rest of the day, that would be a great turtle soup short. Now, I am not saying it's coming down here. I have no idea. I have no good read on it today or the last couple of days. We're just simply reading price and seeing what it's doing. We're just studying it. But if we do close above this down close candle here, that'd be sweet. We could use that for support, which would technically be this breaker in the 1 minute. So let's put that on. Same thing going on with Bitcoins. As we're coming into December, the liquidity is going to be a little sketchy. As far as where targets are going to be, this is where the market generates sentiment for a long period of time. So imagine this on a daily basis for a few weeks. Like imagine these being daily candles. So we'll get some nice runs, but they won't be like, okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday slamming down. It will be a lot of chop all week. Okay, for a few weeks. That's typically what goes on here for coming into December and then some of January. So be very careful with what you're doing. Make sure that you're super disciplined and you're practicing it, because this is the only every single person here has an issue with self-control and discipline. All of us, myself included. All of us. It's the hardest thing ever about trading, and it's nowhere to be found on the internet ever. Nobody's talking about, oh yeah, join my course, quit your job in 30 days, trust me bro. Those guys are retards. I'm telling you, don't trade. I'm telling you, practice, study, And eventually you'll be able to do this. But it's you that's hard. It's the self-control, it's the contentment, it's the impulses, human nature, counteracting. You are literally counteracting human instinct. That's what you're doing. That's what trading really is. Counteracting human instinct. And it's such a psyop that once you start getting good at counteracting human instinct, you don't know if you're counteracting human instinct no more or if it's the real deal. You're like, oh, that's what I would have thought, but is that what I would have thought before, or is that what I'm thinking now? And you start to get in your own mind and you just, boop, oh yeah, just follow the model and shut up. That's what I tell myself. I'm not saying that to you guys. I mean, a couple of you I should, but the majority of you are doing very good. Yeah. So 2024 was the year of the discipline, and I could have did a lot better. I went from like a 10 to a 2 to a 10 to a 9, 7, 6. I was just all over the map. There was no consistency in my discipline this year at all. So as I'm looking back on the year and I'm reflecting and I'm looking over my journals and stuff, I'm like, man, what a dummy. And if you're not journaling, if you didn't journal, and I begged you all year to journal, you have nothing to reflect on but sad memories. You're so engulfed with despair in your mind that you have no recollection or memories of the good times. That's what journaling does for you. Let me tell you that, because when I look in my journal, there was times where I was on top of the world, and then there was times where I was like, punch this computer. I get there. I was there. I've been there. But I've been on a serious, die-hard discipline train since, like, let's say, the later part of February, like right when I moved into this house. That's when I really started to buckle down, because it was about, because I had a few accidents, but like, discipline train. You make a ton of money and then you lose a ton of money instead of procuring it. You just hit new levels and new demons when you get to specific levels. Like, you think you're drowning where you're at right now? Wait until you're using this to pay your bills. Holy man, that sucks. You got a whole new mental game on your back. It cripples you. Just, if you're not, and it's for no other reason. See, here's the thing. Here's what's separating you from being terrified of a trade or not being terrified of a trade. It has nothing to do if it's going to work out or not. It's what you're going to do after. That's why you're terrified of trading. It's not whether the trade is going to make it or not. That's not it at all. You're scared of yourself. You're scared of what you're going to do after that trade is complete. It doesn't even matter if it's a win, but you'll convince yourself, oh yeah, it's a win and I'll be good. No, you won't. You'll go back in. You'll win more and I'm good at this. Now you're on bloodlust. You're on a kill streak. And now you got the biscuits. And you're going to risk it. Wrecked city every time. Every single time. You got to be 1 and done, 2 and done, whatever that is for you. You got to stick by it. If you don't have a trading plan and you're just trading blindly, you're not trading. You're not even gambling anymore. Like, it's beyond gambling. You have hit full-on terrorist and you are in self-destruct mode. You got a hot dog bomb vest on and you are ready to go. That's not what your goals are. Have you even written down your goals? You probably should. I want to be a very disciplined day trader. Start with that. Just write it down. Make it a reality in your world. Start with that. What do I find hard about day trading? Self-control. Oh yeah, this should be viral. This should be absolutely viral. The best thing on the internet right here, right now. If you are trying to become a trader, this is it. This is the holy grail. This is the trust me bro right here. You are never going to make it unless you practice. You're never going to make it unless you can learn and practice being content with your outcome of the decisions that you make when you pull the trigger. Win or lose. And I suffer from it. When you get good, and like my private students, they've been with me. They know I know how to read candlesticks on the sub 1 minute chart. Call out every freaking candlestick that's being printed. As long as it's in agreement with what we want to see. If not, they've also seen that it can be very rough. But once you get really good at doing it, an ego builds. New demons show up. The cousins of the last demon. Probably kissing cousins. They're just creepy and weird, and they show up and you don't know when they do. And there's always, new levels, new devils. I think that's what Sam says, right? The plan is everything. The plan is you being a Fortune 500 Jedi company in your own self. In your mind, under pressure. When you get really good at this, you're gonna build an ego like I did and be like, well, I don't need to take a loss for the day. I know where it's going. And then it doesn't go there. And then tomorrow you wake up and it went there in London. And you're like, wow, I just wasted a bunch of time, a bunch of capital on something that didn't have anything to offer that day. And then price ends up going to your targets. Instead of just, what if I'm talking to myself here, because this happened to me about a month ago or so now. It was that one Friday. It just didn't want to move. And then Monday we wake up, boom, target acquired. And I wasted a lot of time and energy when I could have just went and done something else and then hit that trade Monday that we got back to the upside or whatever it was. And then it was sweet. So, again, new levels, new devils. Don't think that you're smarter than price, because it will beat the crap out of you. Silly. And you won't even have any teeth. Like, you'll lose hair. You'll have no hair. You'll be smelly. No girl's gonna want you. Your wife's gonna be like, yo, we need to have a talk now. Like, you're stinking up the place. This is the reality of trading. And there's no sugarcoating here. In order for you to make it, you need someone that you respect that tells you exactly what time it is. No sugarcoating, no, oh, trust me, bro stuff. If you're in anguish, you need a break. A solid break. An actual break. Not, I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to take a break and then start posting charts in my Discord. Like an actual break. Don't look at charts. If you're going to cheat and look at charts, then come to my class or Sam's live. That's it. When I don't open charts on Saturday, that's my rule. If I want to know what price is doing, I go look at Sam's charts, or I'll cheat. I'll cheat that way. I'll go look at somebody else's charts. But I'm not opening up charts. If I want to look, I'll look at my watch list. Like, I will not open up an actual chart. I'll look at the prices of things, altcoins and stuff, but I'm not actually charting. So, that's my rule. Just absolutely no Saturday. I don't give a flying rat's ass what Bitcoin does on Saturday. I don't care if it rips up 50 grand. That's a rule that I don't break, because I need a mental rest. I know who I am. I know my weaknesses. So I've got to really keep it dialed in. If I get the bloodlust and I'm trading Asia, I'm trading London. I used to do that. I used to nap and try and hit every session and just no. Nope. No, it's New York and New York only. The Forex market is kicking off again. I'm talking about day trading, okay? I do swing trade the Forex market when it's good, but I'm just specifically speaking about day trading because there's different rules wrapped around this. Fren is boring. Yeah, seriously boring. Yeah, price ain't doing nothing, and if it does something cool. So we did get, our little breaker here, and we did get a pump up, and we're still ripping. So I'm still going to leave this on the charts. It's not that I'm making a call. I'm not saying where price action is going. I don't have a call for you. If you're here for signals or a call, I don't have one. We're just watching. But there is buy side liquidity above the market here, and if it wants to continue up and it doesn't purge and revert, it's likely going to be pretty dynamic here. Bitcoin looks like it wants to freak. So I would be, and there's a double top right there. Right there. So if it wants to really give some energy, this is what I would be aiming for. But I don't think so. Maybe it comes and stabs this and then starts diving down. I mean, why wouldn't it? It's been just an absolute butt nose all day. And those of you that are disappointed in your performance for the last little while and you're reflecting and you feel like you're not getting as far as you should, it's because you're trading. If you feel like your wheels are spinning and you don't really see what's going on here and things are still seeming like they're just a mess and you can't make sense of the mess, it's because you're trading. Sure, it's easy to spot an order block. Sure. But do you know when it's good, when it's not good, when not to trade? That's what you're here to learn. Day trading is different rules than swing trading or investing. Like, there's some refinement here. So I would suggest that you spend the rest of the year not trading. If you're in dire, if you just feel like you're about to give up, just take a break. If you're consistently giving these markets, these prop firms your money, you need to stop trading immediately. I can't sit here and watch you destroy yourselves. For anybody else that's quiet and just hurting. If you're watching this in the future and you're listening to this and this is singing to you, you need to stop trading. You can go to my free mentorship playlist, go listen to the lectures there and get yourself a model and just stick to it in the time I tell you to trade. It repeats every day. Whether or not you're able to find it, whether or not you're able to get a sustained price run from it, doesn't matter. It repeats there. It's there every day. And I've given it to you for free. You want to trade, you want to make money, or are you just addicted and you're addicted and you're stuck in self-destruct mode? You need to answer these questions for yourself. I can't hold your hand. I can't help. Beyond sitting here and being tough love and hard on you, I don't know what else to do. Take a break for the rest of the year. It's November 22nd, 2024. So there's all of December and then the rest of November. So about, 5 weeks. The beginning of January is going to be a little finicky. So maybe 6 weeks. Okay? If you're watching this in the future, take 6 weeks off. Take 2 weeks off of absolutely zero charts. just take yourself a nice break. And then come back in to study and practice and backtest the model. And if this is you, do this right now. Practice and backtest the model between 7 and 11 a.m. EST. Okay? Do that for a couple weeks and then watch it materialize in front of your face so that you can gain experience in your model. I don't care what it is, it's going to be there. And it's going to be high probability after it stop hunts. If it doesn't stop hunt or you don't recognize that it is, then just sit there and do nothing. This is how you're going to make money. Okay, and then for the last of that little 6 weeks, maybe the last 3 weeks, you're in a demo. And you're practicing risking 1% of your total equity per trade. And that means you have 100 trades till you blow it. If you literally just follow the model, it's impossible for you to be a losing trader over time. I promise you this. But you can't just go, oh yeah, I lost this trade, I'm going back in because it's going the other way. No. You can take 2 shots, why not? If maybe you screw it up the first time. Human error, it happens. Maybe you take another shot. Right? But be 2 and done. So do that at the end of your little 6-week cycle. And your brain is already thinking, I'm going to miss out on so much. The markets are going to do so much. I could be rich by then. Oh, man. You're not ever going to make money at this until you submit to what I'm telling you today. These guys that are making money on meme coins, they're going to lose it all right away. Don't worry about it. They have no intention on keeping that money. Don't let somebody else's experience make you any more than excited that you're on the right path. So many people are destroying themselves, impulsively gambling and trading, and they're not trading. Like they don't know what they're doing. They don't have any guidance. They don't have anybody telling them how to be. Like, trading should be called losing. It's like, what do you do for a living? I'm a loser. It's like, what? Yeah, that's all I do. I lose, and then I dig myself out of that loss, and I make money. And then ladies will be like, oh my goodness, did you see that loser over there? Yep. 2025. The year of the reversal. We're so back, baby. So I'm going to be going live with you guys for a little bit more during the end of this year. And basically repeating the same things I tell you every other live. Stop trading. Just study. If something screams at you and it's obvious, then hit it. But don't just trade just for the sake of trading. Like, let it be slapping you stupid in the face. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. It will be eventually. You'll be like, holy, that's my thing. That's the one. That's yours. That's what you wait for. They don't come every day. They don't come 50 times a day. It's like a few a week. And that's all you need. And you could do well. You could make extra bills with that. And Bitcoin, whatever. If you just paid one, oh my goodness, this is how many of you think you can pull $200 out of the market this week? Bitcoin, NASDAQ, whatever. So many of you are going, I could do that in my sleep. Yeah, but can you do it consistently? Can you take that money out and put it in your bank account and pay a bill? Not even a week, a month. Can you make $200 a month? Yeah, I make that in like a second of trading. Well, then why can't you keep it? Why don't you have an exit strategy? Right? $200 a month, that would do a lot of you really good. 300, just something to help a bill. And you'd be like, whoa. After, you wouldn't really notice it at first, maybe you would. But then you'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't have to trade all month. I took one trade. I made 300. I risked $100 for $300 for a trade once this month, and it was perfect. And I was able to pay a bill. 2 bills. Phone bill and your plates for your vehicle. Bam. There's 2 bills paid. 1 trade. But you guys want to go so hard. You just want to be trading all day. The candles are moving. Give me that. Give me that money. Just tweak your mindsets just a little bit differently for your trading career. Not much. What do you do? Buy dips? What's up, buddy? So basically, the refinement for me was this year I was practicing for the Robins for 2025, and I probably will panic under pressure even more so. So this, without the stupid drawdown restrictions and all that retarded stuff on prop firms, I am going to be out of them. I am done giving them money. And it's not that I'm knocking them, or it's not like you shouldn't do it, because it served its purpose for me. So I'm kind of like moving on now. It was a blessing and an absolute godsend, as long as you're strategic and you know what you're doing. But for many, it's a nightmare that they can't wake up from, and they're stuck in evil land. We had this discussion yesterday. Got a couple of students who are feeling kind of bummed out about themselves right now because they made a ton of money, and they got the bloodlust, what I was talking about, where you feel kind of entitled and you feel like you're just the king on the beach. You're the king walrus on the beach. And then all of a sudden, the tide comes in and there's no more beach. So this happens, and it's normal actually. And I've always said this, your second payout is your hardest for most people. It is the hardest one. Like your first big one, the second big one is very, very hard to get for most people. And the reason is because you're going through another phase of entitlement, where you think you're Conor McGregor or Mike Tyson, and everybody sees their day. So you're learning in this new level that you got to still remain consistent and disciplined, no matter what level you reach, no matter how much money you're making. You're very welcome, man. So those of you that fall under that category, basically every answer to all your issues is take a break. And if you're not journaling, oh my goodness. Oh, if you're not journaling, you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself out of the real deal. You're cheating yourself out of creating your own history. Part of the reason why you won't journal is because you don't want to hold yourself accountable. That's it. And so that's right there. Once you start journaling, you will hold yourself accountable. You'll be like, I don't want to put that in my journal. I'm not taking that. I'm not chasing. I'm not putting that in my journal. And then, you do, and then you don't journal, and then you fall off. I've done it, right? But no, you got to be consistent in everything. So, yeah, journal so you have something for 2026 to reflect on. Make this year the year that you go full port on yourself. Yeah, accountability really is key. I'll save that for another time, but it really is. I could say it, my wife was having trouble, and I was really helping her with accountability and the discipline in taking trades, and like, because she falls under the women's category of contentment. She's never content with enough, and that's not a low blow to women. Okay, like us as men, we have our own inheritive pitfalls for trading, right? Being big shots and just all the rest of it. There's a lot more for men. You women have it easy. You got this one. You got maybe one or two things, and we got like the whole ball of wax. But anyway, helping hold each other accountable was she still got her live fund. she hasn't. I think she's traded twice since she got her big fat payout, and she just has no interest in taking everything, and you know what I mean. It's been she's doing good. So yeah, accountability is the way. If you can't hold yourself accountable, get someone. If you got somebody in your life that can actually trade for you, oh man, that's a good one, because you could be like no emotions. Like when I'm charting for the 99, and I noticed this a few weeks ago, when I'm charting for the 99, I have absolutely no skin in the game. And then my charts just work out. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's just perfect. And it's because I got no emotions attached to it. I'm just charting. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty sweet. So if you could have somebody to take your trades for you while you just sit there without any skin in the game, that might actually help you. Too bad NQ don't look like BTC. I know, buddy. NASDAQ looks pretty sad. BTC is almost ready. Almost ready. Yup, my brain is good at complicating things. Totally. Wouldn't it be funny if Michael was right? Okay, I know I only have like 50 people, and I'm not like this huge deal, but I'm gonna make this known to people who are intelligent enough to understand. He baits people. He trolls people. Okay, the guy is a total psyop at this point. Okay, he says these outlandish things so that the dummies and the fake gurus who use him as a signal and market direction miss the boat. I know it sounds whack. And if you don't like him and you've got a bias on him, you're going to be like, yeah, you're just making stuff up for him. No. I've hung out with him for a while, okay? I know how he kind of operates, and he's next level, fifth dimensional troll, okay? So all those people that were living, dying by his call, Caps Critical, just missed the boat to 100K from 15K. If you take and live and die by everything he says when he's trolling people and you don't know it, you're going to get hurt. He teaches you the skills, and you can determine if he's trolling people or not. I didn't pick up on this right away, but I ended up getting it. And I was like, wow, you are freaking funny. But yeah, he's next level troll. There's nobody does it quite like him. So, don't take everything he says as gospel. He tells you where price. He tells you, he gives you the skills, and then you can find out within your skills if you're gonna live and die by what he says, or if you're gonna look at the charts and be like, no. It's like just like freaking last week, right? He said it was gonna freaking pump, and I'm like, no, I don't see that happening. And then boom, savage drop. And had I been living and dying by what he said, I would have missed that boat. And that was a nice boat. But yeah, he loves to troll, man. It's funny. So just try not to get caught up in his drama, because he's just sitting there laughing. That's all he does now. He doesn't do anything else but troll idiots. And they're funny. And it's engagement farming, and it's kind of funny. It's actually really, really funny. We used to watch sitcoms and that 70s Show and Simpsons and stuff like that. Like, Twitter is my new TV. Everybody's a different channel. And they're so unique, a good variety of channels. Red is bread. Yeah, it sucks that we're blue here. Conservatives are blue here in Canada. They should just switch so we can all be like, Team Awesome. Peace out, Timmy. Friend, can I buy and sell at the same time? I don't know why. As well as the bull flag. What bull flag? On Bitcoins? On the corns? Now that you say that, it looks like it wants to tank in my face. Thanks, man. Yeah, love learning. I'm all in. Right on. What's the next demon? Oh, man. It'll be customized for you. For all of you guys. The new demons are customizable. Come with switchblades and quick grip kung fu action fingers. Look out. Admitting to obsession. I know. It's wild. But we're all working through it. Man, why did you have to say bull flag? Yeah, I just needed to blindly follow my model of cushion. Exactly. Just have yourself a plan and don't do anything else but the plan. I love what Brett James does. The dude has a freaking signature. He has a contract that he signs off before he starts trading. Certain conditions have to be met. He's sticking to a model, and he says it's really helped. And, he was asking some pretty wild questions yesterday that you could only be asking if you were doing hard work. So, congratulations, buddy. +1. Hitting home right now, Master Fren, Shaw, Shank, Redemption, 64. You know what, man? It's because, again, and I started it off with this, everybody's problem's the same freaking thing. We all lack self-control. That's it. It's like we get born and we're all sinners. We all have that in common. We're all just a bunch of sinners with no self-control. Hilarious, but yeah. Once you start to, once you get out of the maze, you can see all the rats in it, or the mice, or whatever. I didn't mean to call you guys rats, but you guys can see all the maze participants in there. And you could just be like, yo, don't go that way, go that way. And you're like, no, screw you, man, I know what I'm doing. And then you're so emotional and boom, you run into a wall. I told you, don't go that way. Oh, okay. Oh. Jesse. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a boring day. And you can already see that. So if you're here for, super duper sauce today, it's just not happening. Would have never believed in those demons and their cousins until they lined up at my door last year. I sold that house, and my new house is named Refinement. Yeah, now you need to put a sacrificial lamb, put some blood on the front door, and you're good. You'll be good for Passover. I'm gonna be like you, sad one day. Aw. How dare you say that? Get out. What's wrong with my house? My house stink? I wasn't sad till I lost Discord access. Everybody's losing Discord access, bro. You gotta re-sign up on the new website. You gotta re-sign up with your. You go to the website cryptolifer.com, and you go do something cool. Just talk to Zeno, man. Why you guys butter? Everybody was getting booted, and you gotta sign up through the website now, and then it's super duper automated, and everything's cool. Master Fren, can you charting on me saying Can you speak not Singaporean? Isn't that CRT Romeo dude thing? Romeo? Oh, ENS, stay the hell away from that guy. Oh, my goodness. That's what you're talking about, CRT? I thought you were asking me about a crypto, bro. No, I don't trade that, and Romeo's a scumbag. Aw, thanks, Reggie. Trust me, bro. Can we go lower to $20? But I love ICT. Hex is ready to flip out. Man, Pulse went to 7.3. It's about to lose a 0, bro. That's going to be the best double up I ever did in crypto. Oh, Pulse was just a no-brainer. And if you don't like Hex and Pulse, then miss the boat. Good for you. It's one time I didn't like Elon so much that I didn't trade Doge one time when he pump and dumped it on everybody. And I missed out on a lot of gains, so I learned a valuable lesson. Even though I don't like somebody or agree with them, doesn't mean I can't make money. Dude, I think ICT is hilarious. I like him. I put in the work, so I know. Yeah, exactly, right? And when he said that it was going to go up to a certain level and dump, I did heat it. And this was right here. I heated it so much I closed my long. It wasn't a very fat one. It was actually rather annoying. I did grab that little bottom there. I had entries laddered out throughout this entire thing right to the 786. It touches the 618 perfectly, takes off without me, with me, just the most pathetic amount in the trade. Sat in it for 210 days. Didn't dip for me to get another entry. Rips up to about here. And I'm and then ICT said it was going to dump here. When he said it was going to dump here, I collapsed part of my trade. It started to come down, so I collapsed the rest of it. And I was like, oh, I'll grab a dip. Well, that was it. And then it freaked out. And at that moment, I started to question things, and that's when I started to realize what the hell this guy was doing, and he was baiting people. He is the master of baiting people. And, I mean, good game. Good game, Nori. So, yeah, anyway, we've already hit that. I want this next. And this is, if we dump through here, you're going to see exactly why I don't use freaking order blocks in crypto. They're annoying. See, Crypto Life will be offering a Thanksgiving special. That will be a discount for the 99, of course. That'll be a discount. I think you got to sign up to the newsletter or something like that. But yeah, everybody's going to get super deals. This year felt like obsession was the opposite of contentment. Being content with enough. 2025, year of refinement and contentment. That sounds so refreshing. A deep breath feels so good. Yeah. Yeah. On the corns. Right. Chess, is that you? Is that you, Ryan? You're living like Chess, right? Ryan Grant. If that is your real name. First time on this channel. Great content. Open space. Hey, cool. That's crazy that I'm getting new people. That's cool. Jim Cramer's long on Bitcoin. Holy shit, I'm closing my long. Collapsed. She done. I ain't holding that puppy. He's long. I'm done. I'm in a short now because now I see a bearish order block. And I'm going to counter trade the Jesus out of him. Really? He said that? You know, we did touch 100K on the CME chart. So technically, the only chart that matters, if you spend any amount of time with me privately in the Discord, you know that this is the only chart that matters. Ever. So let's go into our weekly chart and see. Oh! Woo! There's my projection for the week. Open, low, boop, high, and then I don't know where we're going to close, but so far that candlestick is looking sweet. We're right here right now. Boom. Look at that. High, 100,000. And $5. So yeah, we have hit 100K Bitcoin. This is the Chicago Market Exchange. This is what runs Bitcoin's chart, okay? Regardless of who tells you different, this is it. Ever since the futures contract came on here, the unicorn died. And now it's just another NASDAQ. It's just a little baby NASDAQ now. Even though it's worth 4 times the amount. That's actually hilarious. He's actually bullish on it now. Well, of course that goofball's buying the top. He's retail trash. Yeah, it's gonna be, so it's gonna do what? What's it gonna do from 100K, buddy? Man, people are so bunk. What a good site though. I love when a plan comes together. So if anybody argues with you that it didn't hit 100K yet, yeah, it did. It totally did. Crypto.com too. It's a pretty big exchange, and it hit 100 there. Looks like a cup and handle on the 5 minute. I know, I'm with you, but Jim Cramer's long, so I had to bail. And it did just take that bull flag stop loss here. Boop, made Matilda here, and I don't know what to do. I don't care. That was a good win. I'm happy. I'll just be content there and shut up. You know, I'm happy with that, no matter what happens now. That's what you tell yourself. You hit a trade, and then you get the hell out and you be content. All right. Wham. Oh yeah, it totally looks like it's gonna flip out now. Who told me that? You're fired. Get out of my firm. Stoic called 55K the new all-time high on X. He definitely nailed that. Stoic? Yeah. And Stoic's kind of went full hater. I had to put him in his place the other day. That was funny. He's like, you didn't trust that order block. I'm like, I trusted it to fail, so I railroaded it because I knew it was going to fail, you monkey. Him and I were studying it together, and then he turned into a hater because he couldn't hack it. But again, I don't care. Like, good for him. He can find consistency and whatever. I don't care. Good for him. Be profitable. Just don't be a hater. I have been hiding the candles, waiting for my setup to come. It has been very helpful. Ooh. Please do gold. Nobody cares about futures. Who's this guy? Didn't Romeo steal CRT for MNBT Trader? They're all idiots, bro. They're all ICT wannabes who rebrands his stuff and then calls ICT an idiot. They're all phonies, buddy. I want 0.25 tomorrow. What's that mean? What's hexipoo? You want a dip or you want 2 cents? What are you talking about? 25 cents? Let's do it. Midnight tonight. Ada ERG pretty much went back. I almost got some hex. Is just happy, very skeptical. Well, of course, because there's a bunch of people who pretend that they know stuff about. It's so funny. Oh, this is so funny. People who pretend that they know about crypto calling hex a scam. Holy monkey, that is so funny. I just sit there and laugh because I don't know a lot about crypto, but I know a scam when I see one. But like all these places that offer you yield and staking and all this stuff, they end up rugging. You have to give your keys and your coins to a third party who will promise you that they'll pay you dividends on that hodl, right? And they typically end up rugging. And you see this all the time. But Hex fixes that. And everybody on the hater train can't see past their own face. And it literally pays you to hold your own coins and lock them on a time deposit and pays you high yield. And if the chart happens to go up while you're staking, then you earn compound on that yield from it rising. What is wrong with that? How is that a scam? Like, it's literally the best thing ever. I don't get how people don't see it. Also, like the PulseX thing, cheaper fees, like, and the liquidity's there, and like, holy man. People on the Pulse network making massive gains on memes, and INC went to like dollars. Like, people are missing the boat, and I find it extremely funny. Oh, we're still on Bitcoin, sorry. Holy shnikey, we're diving. How could you have foreseen that? Because the price is being a butt nose. Now, it could friggin' freak out from, somewhere in here. So right in that little stop loss right there. Right there. So we could purge and revert that or punch. I have no idea, you guys. This is, if we get down here, just a lucky guess, okay? Do you really see a double BTC? Or I counter trade everything that homo does. If he says it's going to 100K, I am reversing. 100%, I'm collapsing any long, and it could be bearish money printing right here. Watch this. Look at that. Look at how perfect it is. If that thing tanks from here, I did this yesterday and it tanked real quick yesterday evening. Right there. Right? No. Right there. I did this yesterday evening and it tanked. It ended up coming back up and giving some gusto, but then yeah, it went even further. But I'm looking to counter trade bull flags when it's Friday and it's been extended, you know. That doesn't mean it's got to continue down forever. It could go back up. But I don't see a dump, no. Other than him saying that he's long now. I did actually see that on Twitter, or somebody said it. But also somebody posted a funny meme of him saying Bitcoin will never hit 100K, and I just took it for face value, didn't realize it. He didn't actually say that. So I just kind of wasn't paying attention full-heartedly. But no, Bitcoin could keep freaking out, why not? Again, when I'm day trading, okay, let's just say, for example, Bitcoin decides to come up to here, okay, and then it just tapers off for the rest of the day. I collapsed my trade here. I entered here. I made a decent amount of money, okay. You know, very decent for some people's monthly paychecks. Am I going to be upset that I didn't grab the rest of that for the rest of the day? No. Was I holding and just swinging for the fences with no exit strategy and no plan? No. And this goes back into practicing being content for the day. If you made money and you collapsed the trade, then be content there. Could I have left it open? Sure. Am I going to be butthurt if I miss out on more moves? No. Why? Because this repeats every day. Every single day. Sometimes you're going to screw it up. Sometimes it's going to be really ugly like NASDAQ today and not really want to do a lot. But when it's really nice and price dips into a pool of stops and it just rips in your favor and never comes back, isn't that what you would want out of a trade? Isn't that the kind of trades that you would want to get in sync with? Where you're just never in any drawdown? But anyway, being content. Just with whatever. And now I can go on with my day. And then we got next week. Next week, I think we've got like no Fed folders. It's going to be really, really lame. Crypto could freak out over the holidays. It's done it before. Crit Santa rallies, etc. I am expecting one. This is, you know, if you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, I kind of feel bad for you. But if you want to get in, now would be the time. Stuff's gonna start ripping. Setups are gonna be just popping off. You know, Sam will always go on YouTube, so you'll always have that. It's not like you have to FOMO into the Discord. But as far as like being on the ball and seeing which charts are coming up, the elites, most of the elites were here for the last bull run, so I'm gonna be following those guys. Sam's elite traders, yup. Those guys, the more eyes that you can have in the market on the bull run, the better chances you have of making money. You'll be able to see the cup and handle or the dip. Somebody be like, that's it, divergence. You agree with it. Boom. All of a sudden, you're just... Man, I was demo trading. I feel like a dork when I say that, but I was demo trading the last bull run. And I watched people just... people who know nothing about trading making tons of money. and then everybody getting wrecked at the top. So, so yeah, that's about it. You know, we stacked up for the bear market, so now you just gotta let the charts do the heavy lifting. Sam's long heavy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, it can do it. Like I said, I'm content. Like I don't need to know where the market's going every 5 seconds, or need to be in the market. You know, I caught the lion's portion of whatever the day had to offer, and that's where I'm at. You know, you can get it, that's for sure. Once you do a stop hunt, your bull flags are really high probability. That's the problem with buying pressure logic, retail logic. Okay, you'll be like, oh, it's selling pressure, trust me, bro, and you'll miss the boat. What are you missing on? You're missing out on the bull flag. You're so hooked on the original move that you'll miss out on the bull flag. You'll miss out on the money printer because, I don't know, because you got retail vision. Instead of going, okay, well, it made a double top, and Master Fren said that it's tricking traders into going short. So I'm going to buy that discount from here to here. Oh my gosh, I'm not even on the right page. I'm going to buy that discount from here to here, you know, and just take that trade. And there's your setup. There's your bull flag. It's like, it's tricking traders into going short here so that it can railroad them, right? This is your original selling pressure move. This is your trust me, bro resistance. And there's your discount dip. And people always ask me, well, how do you cheat? You pull your fibs from stupid places. Look, I know I do, okay? And I don't cheat. At first, I'm pulling from here. If this doesn't work out and this fib gets broken, I'll go to the next one. Okay, this one just happened to do the thing. If this failed and price wanted to dip just down a little further, all I would do is pull from that low. If it breaks that one, I'll pull from that low. Typically, I'm not pulling from the absolute low because it barely ever gets down there, but that's how you identify the trend, okay? So it kind of looks like cheating, but anyway, point being, people are missing out on the bull flags here because it's got to be selling pressure. Look at everybody selling off. You can't buy if nobody's selling. So it's not a sell-off. It's a buy-off. Man, I'm funny. You guys will get that joke someday. It's an inner circle joke. No, I'm just kidding. Uh-oh. Thanks, babe. It's okay. Let her go. That's okay. Yeah, if I'm rocking any indicators, it's people. As soon as somebody in the group says BTC can't possibly go any higher, I am looking for a long. You know, I go to Twitter and I'm looking. Oh yeah, these guys are like, BTC's. You know, it's got to dive here. It's got to dive. I'm looking for a long. If they're short, I'm looking for a long. If they're long, I'm looking for a short. And when it's quiet, you could just tell it's just like the people that you follow, that you use for sentiment, they just disappear. Unsubscribe. Is it true that NBB trader is better than you? Probably. Everybody's better than me. I suck, man. Don't listen to anything I say. As a matter of fact, you should just take off. That felt good. You should do that again. Go make another account and come back. My sign to sell some of my portfolio is my parents and friends asking me if they should buy some. Yeah. That's funny. They did that in Doge too. They're like, I knew it was time to sell the top because my friends were getting into Doge. Super meme threshold. Thanks, brother. Hey, that was my first hater. How did I do? How did I do? Dial 1-800. We're running to Southside. Where are you at now? No, I'm just kidding. It could rip from here. That's scary because my dad was asking about moving his 401k into BTC. Yeah, you should have did that December of 2022. Don't do that now. He'll be pissed off if it comes back down to 80k for a retracement. He'd be like, what did I do? And then he'll panic sell. And even though you tell him not to, it'll just be a huge thing. Don't ever give family financial advice. Just be like, just do what you do and don't ask me. I've been telling him for solid 12 months now. He's been having foamy. That's crazy, man. That's too bad. Coffee. It's not like he should stay out completely. Tell him to get his toes wet. You know, tell him don't just move the whole thing in there. Like, get your toes wet. If you make some money in 2025, sell the top with the rest of us. And then in the next bear run, tell him that there'll be another cycle for him to get in on, right? So don't tell him to just FOMO in because it's ripping now. It'll come back down in a couple years. Tell him don't sweat it, bud. I don't get how I'm up 500 USD on Doge. I thought I sold it all. Nice. How about that 100,000% trade my mom hit on Pepe? I was like, yeah, just throw a few bucks in there and let her rip. It's the bottom. She's like, okay, boom. And she held it for like 2 years. And she was up 100,000%. I got the screenshots. It's hilarious. She just closed it. Yeah, that was my mom. I mean, you know, it was my mom, whatever, you know. I just told her to. It's like, she did it. Not financial advice. She wanted to buy it. See, this is the thing too. She's pissed off. She's probably mad at me secretly. She won't ever admit it to me probably, but like, she wanted to buy XRP, and I was like, that thing sucks. It's such garbage. It's a pump and dump. It'll probably just sit there and do nothing. Well, here it is, almost at $1.75, and she hasn't brought it up, but I feel like trash. Should have just shut up. I can see 3,000 stock for Tesla. Shawshank versus for first mill of BTC. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't really do stocks, man. I can't say that. I kind of have a couple, but I'm not really like, yeah. I could see 3,000 stock. First. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, I mean, we just hit 100K, so what do you think it tops out this cycle, like 250 or like just under 300? What's your top call there, Shawshank? For crypto. $3,000 for Tesla before $1 million. So a 10x. Is that what you're talking about? It? You're saying Tesla can 10x before Bitcoin 10x's? Huh. I guess we're off to the races, eh, champ? Some of you were shocked. Yeah, it's not random. Well, let's see here. 3,000. So you think it can 10x from here? My goodness. I take it you are heavily involved in Tesla. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, but something will have to happen. That he'll have to come out with some new model or something like that. He'll have to come out with something innovative for that to happen. But there you go. It'll probably happen. Yeah, I could see it too. Before crypto, I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess we're off to the races, eh, buddy? Coinbase. Wow, there she goes. Man, you scared me out of my lawn. I'm mad at you now. Just kidding. I told him he could dollar average like Michael Saylor, who buys tops and is still ahead. Well, Michael Saylor's only up like a 2x. Poor guy. He was at 15K. Too bad he just didn't wait like a smart guy. I thought he was smart. But I also said we're good. We're at a good point where we don't feel comfortable telling you to jump in. Yeah, exactly. Like, it sucks. At one point, you're like, everybody's FOMOing in, now it's moving up. And the other thing, you're like, oh, is it going to come down for a nice dip? Go look at the last bull cycle. There wasn't very many dips. Bro, that was savage. Thanks. Right now my focus is on Tesla over BTC. I missed the boat because of darn NFTs. Dude, just buy some Hex. Just get into Hex and Pulse and do yourself a favor. Dude's got the same lawyers as Elon. He's friends with Trump's kid. The devs are all friends with those billionaires back there. They're all homies, okay? Richard Hart's not a scammer. Don't be silly. Take off your Haterade 3D vision goggles. That person was like, price action, totally random, saying we need to trust him, bro. Yeah, for sure. And then it moons. Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, look, it all comes back to the beginning of this whole lecture today. Contentment, refinement, taking a trade. Yes, it sucks it's going to my targets. It's great. It's great that it's going there without me. Because now I get to sit here and, you know, when it's running and you just feel like getting back in. You know what I'm talking about. You know when you collapse the trade and you got to get back in. And that sense of anxiety and the rush and the human emotions that are being induced into you right now. That's the practice right there. Can I get in sync with the dip? Sure. Sure. Why wouldn't I be able to get in sync with the dip? Why couldn't I get in sync with that? I could. If I wanted to. I very well could. But I'm good here. I'm content. You tell yourself you're content and then you live it. And when those demons show up, you get in the octagon with them. You call them on to their face And even though you're being overwhelmed with adrenaline and human emotions and you feel like you've just got to go, you're hitting fight mode now. You have to counter trade yourself. You have to counter yourself right now. Sure, I can see clearly where it's going. I could when the day started. I know it sounds cocky, but price repeats, so it's just going to keep doing the same thing it does every other day. Because I don't think the markets are random. Where's that guy anyway? I hope you're still here in your little quiet zone. Sitting in the corner all by yourself. You don't get to ask questions. But that's conditioning yourself. Where can I buy Hex? On MetaMask? No, on Hex.com, bro. PulseX.com. Yeah, that guy. Oh, that guy was funny. He was the highlight of my day. Thank you. You made my Friday so much better. I had my first hater ever. Dear diary. Anyway, yeah, call the demon on. Condition yourself to fighting in the octagon with your personalized, handcrafted demons. And eventually, it gets easier. And once you live through that experience where you pay yourself and you're just done for the day, and then you go back in the next day or next week, in this case, and then you go and you find your model, you hit your trade, and then you quit, and then you live that for a little while, and you're like, holy shnikey, I'm consistently up. See, most of you guys don't have a relationship for that. Most of you guys are like, I'm going to take 50 trades, and I'm just going to go until my account's done. Or until I'm satisfied with an unrealistic expectation that may or may not get hit. All right, one and done. Once you close the trade, no matter what happens, I feel it. Right now, I feel it. I feel the FOMO. Just get back in. No. That takes practice. You have to live through that. And just be happy that you were able to see the draw on liquidity. That's all that is, man. This is probably, if you were here today and you went through this with me, you are probably seeing the best piece of trading information you've ever had, ever. This is probably the most valuable time you've ever had in your life. Some of you don't know it. M/S just completely pissed on it. Eventually you're going to have a relationship for what I'm saying, and you're going to go, oh my gosh. That's exactly what I needed to do. And I did it. So let's work on reflections for 2024. What we're going to do for next year. And a big giant plan. Sam is putting the Discord on sale for quarterly and yearly memberships. Now would be the time to get in, because it's going to, the real party starts in the new year for crypto. So as far as day trading goes, just keep studying, and if you want to come behind a paywall and learn, then save up. I'm not going anywhere for at least another few years. And so no rush. Price repeats every day. It does the same thing every single day. Okay, so again, between 7 and 11 a.m., go and find your model that repeats for you. Okay. Hey, M/S, if you care enough and you're still here, go back in a video where I tell you that this repeats every day. And here it is repeating in front of your face, and I took the trade. Screenshots in the Discord. God bless you guys. Thank you all for joining. I pray you all have a great rest of your weekend, or a great weekend this weekend. And we will see you very soon. God bless you.